All right, that brings us to item 9, report on transportation planning activities. Alan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We are hard at work on our next air quality conformity finding. You'll recall we spent a lot of time developing our first 10-year program of projects. Some of those projects are now that were in the plan are now in earlier time frames, but thanks to the funding that we're going to be receiving from the action of our legislature. Also, some of the projects are new to the Regional Transportation Plan and must be included in an air quality conformity finding before agencies like the Texas Department of Transportation can complete important development work like an environmental finding. In March, we will be bringing to you a recommendation to approve for public comment our next air quality conformity determination. So we've turned this around in what is for us a relatively short time period. Unfortunately, that's not all of the work we need to do regarding air quality conformity issues. And we will probably turn around as soon as this one is developed and initiate a new one to try to expand the portfolio of projects in our long-range transportation plan with the additional funding that the state legislature has now provided. If you recall, we adopted that plan before we knew what the outcomes were going to be for some of the proposition work, and we now want to come back and include long-term funding commitments or funding availability that recognize those new funding sources. Other items are discussed in our background paper, and I would be very pleased to discuss those if you have questions. I did want to highlight that in your green sheet materials, there is a second federally competitive funding opportunity, one you've heard of several times, known as TIGER. The next round of TIGER has $500 million available. You see briefly in the description that we provided some of the information about that. Please let us know again if you are interested in pursuing a TIGER project. We would like, whenever possible, to provide you with support for that activity. If we've got other projects that we're trying to build on, or we can indicate consistency with our regional plans, all those are sorts of things that we'd be very happy to help you with. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'll ask if there are other questions about the status report that we've provided.
I don't see any. Announcements.
One important announcement, as you already mentioned, Mr. Chairman, we do have a very early meeting schedule in the month of March. And that's in part due to the impact of Good Friday holidays and that sort of thing. So we'll be meeting essentially 1 week earlier than our normal schedule. And we are also going to be providing an orientation. We thought this year we would try this as a webinar, so you could either join us in person here at H-GAC, bring your brown bag lunch. We'll try to be respectful of everybody's time and not cause you to have to delay any other meeting. We'll also record the webinar, so it'll be available on our website if that particular time does not work for you. In Roswell, that's March 9th. March 9th, 11:30 to 12:30. We'll be down here as part of H-GAC, but you'll be able to tune us in. We will send you information on how to join us electronically if you'd like to do so. We will be trying to get some additional presenters or make available to you some representatives from some of our major funding partners, like the Federal Transit Administration, the Federal Highway Administration, and of course the Texas Department of Transportation. So if you have questions for them, they can also respond.
Good deal. No other announcements?
Brown bag lunch.
I think we have on show on your agenda an upcoming brown bag luncheon. These have been very popular, and this is going to be focused on TxDOT's freight mobility plan, which was recently approved by the Texas Transportation Commission.
Good deal. Thank you. I've got one. We opened our first public CNG fueling station yesterday in Brazoria County down in Lake Jackson. So if any of you have CNG powered vehicles. You can now fuel down in Lake Jackson in Brazoria County. So very nice opening yesterday. So
Come on down now.
absolutely. That,
get one, right?
eventually. We'll eventually get there. All right. With that being said, we'll see y'all in 3 weeks. Thank you.